Welcome back to the channel, folks. I'm your host, Fog. Thank you for joining another episode here on Fat Old Gamers. And today, we're going to get a life. And actually, it's going to be the game of life. Infinity Game Table. Arcade1Up was happy enough to provide the game of life this week to everybody. And it was the only game that's been put on the table in the past 2 weeks. So they missed last week. There was nothing really that came out, although there were some of those promos that we see all the time. Which is like the pandemic game that's coming down the road or Ticket to Ride. This week, it was an actual game. And they've been promoting the Game of Life for quite some time on the table, since its launch, pretty much. And now it's here. So let's take a look at the features and settings. It's pretty barren. You've got your how to play, which basically just goes through and tells you your rules. It's got your ability to check out game controls or toy with those, dashboard. It does have the SFX or sound effects and music that you can turn on and off. And that's pretty much it. But when you do get into a game, there's one more feature that you can turn on. You have Connect, so you can play other people. You have Save, so you can pick up progress from your last game. And you have your Play option. Here, you basically dictate where you want everybody to sit. And if we make blue kind of facing towards the camera, the screen when you're playing will show towards the camera. If you would put yellow up here, the screen is going to face and flip around and show that person, their stuff on that side. And if you put them here on the end, it's going to show you towards the length of the table, the long end of the table. So we'll do that. We'll show these two, blue on towards the camera, yellow towards where I'm sitting. And we will turn on that house rule. So the one rule that you can add in is follow the family. And essentially it's more of a setting and not a rule. It just basically allows it to zoom in on where the player's car is going instead of being at that kind of simulation level of like, it's just like an actual board game sitting on the table. And it just stays in a stationary position when your pieces are moving around. But we'll take a look at follow the family on here. And then we'll start the game. Got a little bit, cheery music, but it is a monotonous loop, right? It's just going to continue to roll over and over. So at the beginning of the game of life, you get to choose where you go to college or you do a career. We'll do college here on blue. And then your spinner, so blue gets a different path, obviously, through the game, just like it is on the board game. Your career path is down here, so if you start, we'll do it on the next player, but if you start a career, they'll follow the bottom part here. College is a little bit out of the way, and then it gets into the career path or the life path. You have the spinner that everybody remembers, that we all love, but there's nothing really that you can do with the spinner. It's not like I have fine control of it and I can move it back and forth. It's either I spin it or I just tap it. It just spins. That's it. It's not very interactive, let's say. I would have thought that they might have put in like a component where it was a little bit more fine control because it is such a big thing. Everybody remembers that, probably as a kid, but they did not do that. So the board's zoomed in now because we have that rule on, and now we can see a little bit more detail. Not much detail, but a little bit more. So you get to choose what you want to do. We'll make this person a lawyer. And now the board will, we got one more turn here to get back onto the career path. We get to choose. We still haven't made it. We do get this. It's like collect 10K on your spin from the bank. So then you get to use the card and you spin again. And that'll give you however many tens of thousands of dollars times 8, for example, or whatever it was. Oh, times 2. So now it's the yellow's turn. It's facing towards me. So the table rotated lengthwise, which is kind of a nice feature. I like that this is so people don't have to like look around. They actually get it presented to them the way you would expect. We'll do career path. And let's see, we'll be an actor. Actors make, I didn't know they made that much money. I might have been an actor in life. Let's see, let's spin now. And we get to go 10 too. So we're going to go all the way down, hit our green, and it did zoom in there a little bit. It's payday. Yellow will go Or blue will go, sorry. Not too far, though. You do get your different actions, you know, pay the bank $20,000 because you bought a tropical aquarium. So you tap on that, you paid the money, becomes yellow's turn. Yellow will spin because we don't have anything else. We get our bonus. We're going to get married. It does have those points where it stops you in certain parts of the game. Okay, now you're married, and spin for cash gifts from everybody. If you land on a red or a black in the center, not the numbers, but the center, that's going to determine if you get more or less. So we probably want black in this case. And we got it. So we get $100,000 from the other player, does the transfer automatically, and that person's bankrupt. You know, congratulations to them. So we will spin here. And we get to move another space, see what tragic thing happens in life. Oh, there we go. Oh no. I'm not seeing it correctly. I'm tapping right underneath it. So that's a little weird. It's it seems to be really fine touch. What would it be? Touch sensitivity on each of those little rectangles, which is kind of interesting, but you can't really stop in between. So I don't know why it's not just like tap anywhere just to move to that spot. Maybe there's a component of the game that I don't remember or understand that would need you to stop somewhere in the middle, but I don't know why. I don't remember the game allowing you to pick any other spot than the spot that you spun. Seems like a weird choice. Collect 50K from the bank. We'll do that. We're just rolling in money. I didn't know it was this easy in life to come across hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it's obviously showing us that it is. So we can check out what we have down here. Just, it's a little bit of an information panel. Essentially, this person's broke, so they only got really many options here. Let's see if we roll a little bit more or spin a little bit more. We did land on something good. Now they're back in the green. Look at that, $300,000, that easy. Let's do spin on yellow. We're going to keep this video kind of short. It's the game of life. There's not much more that you can say about it. Yeah, so here, you know, we're going to that, but like, it doesn't matter. I can't really go anywhere in here. I don't know why I have to tap directly on that icon at the end. I don't know why you just couldn't tap to move forward. So you love your job. You go to night school. You spend like, what, $100,000. I love my job. I've got $870,000. It's doing well. And at this point, you just keep on spinning, and that's the game. It's pretty fun. I think it's a good game. It seems a little bit, it's a good game from memory, right? From when I was a child playing it or younger. I don't know now if it's as interesting. It's kind of funny because life is, you know, pretty much the way it is. It's you get the chance to actually live it and not play it. So I don't know if it's actually as interesting, but it is a big title for Hasbro and obviously for the Infinity Game Table. I'm glad that it was free. It was included. I mean, free being it's included with the table. You paid a lot of money for the table, but it is nice to be able to play it. And it's a nice game to be added in. Still looking for, you know, Pandemic, Ticket to Ride. I think Clue's going to be interesting. Those will be probably more up my alley, so to speak. So they've been promoting those. It could be another month, could be another, you know, year. I guess we're pretty close to 30 days out from when the table appeared. So putting the Game of Life out on basically the 30-day mark is a pretty big like staple for the table. Like, yes, this was something we said we'd do, and we're going to deliver on it, and they did. Congratulations to Arcade1Up on that. And yeah, what else are we going to see? Like, when are we going to get an option to pay for bigger and better games? When are these other games going to be available? Right? It's what can you do for me tomorrow, not what you did for me a day, or what can you do for me lately? I don't know what the way you say it, but it's kind of the mentality. There are some effects too. You saw that there, raining, thunderstorms, things that happen in the game. It's a good game, but always looking to see what this table is going to have to offer further down the road. Are we going to see one game every week? Are we going to see weeks where there's no games, which we already have? Are we going to see even more like unique content that's made by Arcade1Up instead of like the bigger titles. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get kind of the option to even pay for stuff. Love to have some of the bigger board games. I know it's really like reaching and stretching out there, probably beyond what maybe expectations should be for Infinity Game Table, but getting games that Fallout, Mansions of Madness, Bloodborne, big like tabletop games that are $100, getting them on here for certain fee that you have to pay would be interesting, but is it even a possibility? That's the question. How much can they do with it? Still looking to see those answers, or at least have those questions answered, but pretty happy today. It's nice to see this game on here. We'll get some play out of it, and definitely if there's anything else that comes up, we'll make a video on it. But otherwise, keep doing the updates when new games come out on here so everybody gets a chance to see what you can get with the Infinity Game Table. Until the next time, folks, I appreciate you watching. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Share it with some folks that might be interested in board games, like stuff like that. Maybe it's a device for them. I think it's kind of a cool device. I still am glad that I bought it. We still use it, so pretty happy there. I'm not going to complain. And if you want to leave a comment on here, which I know everybody does, I've been reading all of them, responding to them. It's some good points being made, and some folks that are sharing that, hey, their family likes this as well. So glad to hear that. Hope it's all useful. And if you haven't already, give us a subscribe. We'd appreciate it if you stop back, check out other things that we're doing on the channel. And tonight, so this is on a Thursday, you should be able to see us doing a live stream. Brooks and I will be back up and running. We're going to do some extra stuff for the show, and it'll be around some new games that came out on the PS5, more than likely. We've been talking about those. There's Deathloop. There's some other games like Tormented Souls that we talked about. So we're looking to talk about that tonight. You'll find all sorts of content on here. Scott's got a new series as well. So definitely stop back, check it out. And until then, folks, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.